We are live. Welcome to the All In Podcast, where we're three guys sitting around the shop, the lab, the kitchen, if you will, the paint.
The paint?
The paint.
Body up.
Yeah, you know. Well, I guess.
Is that a noun? Like, what
Yeah,
are we sitting
you don't
in the
like to
paint?
drive towards the basket, huh?
Oh, I'm more of a floater guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Stay
don't
away
pass the
from the
ball much,
contact.
yeah. Where today we are all in on colleges. We're all in on graduates. Not graduating, but graduates. But most of all, we're all in on ChatGPT, making us look way smarter than our college GPAs would say about us.
Absolutely.
Bada bing, bada boom. Bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom.
Can we do a reveal of college GPAs?
We can't. I don't know if I remember mine like precisely.
Yes, you do.
Not precisely. Not exact. But
Don't
I
round
mean, I know
up.
a range.
Don't round up.
I mean,
Somewhere
what-
between 2 and 4.
What do I round up to?
So my college GPA, my freshman year.
You had a whole journey.
Right. I mean, the back half. I'm a second half runner.
Yeah.
You know,
A
it's
closer.
called negative splitting.
Closer, yeah.
So my freshman year,
Yep.
my GPA was a 0.7. There were dudes with a higher blood alcohol level than my freshman GPA.
To be fair, elementary education is tough.
It is very challenging.
0.7, you said?
0.7.
Isn't
Are you
0.7
sure? I don't think that's possible.
No, it's entirely possible. You
I also
get an
don't think
F,
it's possible
it's
to have a
0.
blood alcohol content of 0.7.
Yes, it is. Is
No,
it? Oh, it's
not.
0.07. Okay.
Yeah.
0.08 is
You would be way dead.
Yeah, you'd be deceased.
I think. I don't.
So it's-
0.7.
No, mine was 0.7. Blood alcohol level is 0.07.
But I'm saying you had a 0.7 your freshman year.
0.7, yes.
Wow.
So that's one of the reasons I got kicked out of
Yep.
Texas A&M.
One of the reasons. There were other reasons. That was one of them.
There was a slew of reasons.
Yeah.
Cheated on a calculus test. Had
I know
a
that.
yeah had a it was wonderful. I got to have a consultation with the entire academic integrity office. It was a wonderful time.
Consultation. You were
They
consulting for them?
actually laid out the tests. So you get put in front. I mean, cheating at the college level is serious. Like they do not.
Yeah.
Yes.
They do not. Just in case you guys don't know, they do not take this stuff lightly. And so I'm brought in front of the honor board at the academic affairs building, and they they put me in front. There's like 8 people, including my calculus professor, and they lay out in front of you. They're like, "Did you cheat?" And then they put together the tests right in front of me, and it was the girls' test next to me and my test.
Well, so did you
Was it
did you
open?
answer the question? How'd you answer the question?
Well, they said, "Did you cheat?" And then they put the evidence in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
Were the tests like open response or
So it
multiple
was a
choice?
calculus exam.
Okay.
And it was one of those where the questions are the same but the numbers are different. There was,
You didn't know that?
but I didn't know that. And so they
You were
put
taking
it
calculus your first semester in
or whatever
elementary
the
education.
math
Pre-algebra?
141.
I
It was
just
math
remember-
141.
the entry math.
Yeah.
I just
Wait, hold on,
I don't
hold on.
remember.
I
just
gotta-
imagine
yeah.
your calculus professor like sitting in the corner, like teary-eyed, shaking his head, like you cheated him personally.
It was a woman, but they put the test in front of me, and it's the exact same answers, but with different numbers in the questions. And they're like, "Did you cheat?" And I'm like, "Have you seen the tests?"
So you came out.
I mean, what argument?
owned it.
I was like, "Absolutely, I cheated." And so that was one. Of
And
the
I would
reasons-
do it again.
No, I won it because that was.
Did
one
you
of the-
cry?
I didn't cry in the moment, but I cried right after.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was it like in that meeting that they like, all right?
No, they send you a letter saying that I wasn't. To be fair, I wasn't kicked out. I was asked to leave.
Very different.
And you honored that.
I was put on suspension from the university.
Okay.
So then I went to the Harvard of community colleges, Richland County Community College. It was a wonderful experience. The mascot is the Thunder Ducks.
Yep.
They called the student union the Thunder Dome. And so I got my
That's
life
great.
together. Got my life together there. Had a 4.0 community college.
Come on, baby.
I
Proud
was
of you.
12 hours. It was great.
Yeah.
I felt like a genius. in those classes. I felt like Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
And then I got back in. I ended up pulling a 3.3
Mm.
back half college, which is great. Here's the problem, though.
So what did you graduate with?
You can't recover from a 0.7.
Yeah.
You can't. So I ended up with a 2.8.
Okay.
I
But
mean,
my master's degree GPA was a 3.8.
that's still a comeback story.
Oh, 2.8. That was great.
Yeah.
Clayton, where were you at? Were you sub 3?
Well, I was right over a 3. So I mean, very similar to you, John Michael and I. We were spending a lot of time freshman year together
Yeah.
doing everything but
We were
studying.
4.0 students in the social world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. So my freshman year of college, I was at Texas A&M. You get into the engineering college, but you're not in a specific major yet.
Yeah.
And so everyone's just kind of taking the general engineering classes, and then after your freshman year, towards the end of your freshman year, you're applying to a specific engineering major within the engineering college.
So you're in the house, but then you have to pick the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And some of the petroleum engineering is really popular. You have to generally have a pretty high GPA to get into that
Yeah.
one.
For PE.
Yeah.
Some would say biomedical engineering requires the highest GPA to get into.
It's one of the smallest, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just very selective.
Yeah.
It's very exclusive.
Kind of like our
Yeah.
private high school.
Yeah.
Well, two things happened freshman year simultaneously, which is one, I did not study nor do anything above the bare minimum.
Yep.
And I achieved the bare minimum GPA that I needed, which was a 2.1.
To get into
No,
IB.
just to you know,
just to stay in good standing.
yeah, just
good
to be in
academic
good standing, which
Yep.
was a 2.1. So that happened, and at the same time, I realized I don't really want to be an engineer.
Yeah.
And so, but I was already in the engineering college, and how was I going to transfer into business school?
That's the
With a
hardest
2.1.
part of going to college. How in the world am I supposed to know what I want to do when I'm 18?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a biomedical engineer.
Yeah.
I'm 18 years old. That's
I
what
don't know
I'm
how
gonna
to spell it, but I want to do it.
I mean, I did go in with that.
do. You went in with it. You
I
graduated.
thought you wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah, but I wanted to have something to fall back on in case med school didn't work
In
out.
case I don't become a doctor, I want to fall back on biomedical engineering.
Well, what's my other option? Biology?
Well, you can't study.
What am I gonna
you
be, a
can't study
biologist?
pre-med.
A
You
biohacker?
just have to do the pre-med courses, right?
Yeah, so pre-med at most schools, some schools have it, but most schools don't have a pre-med major. And so it's like I can either do biology. Technically, you could do anything, right?
Right.
But biomedical engineering, biology.
But
are
you
the-
probably
are
have to
ones
take
that-
the amount of prereqs necessary.
Yeah, and those two have a lot of crossover with pre-med.
Right.
And so it's like, what do I fall back on if I do biology?
So, like, what'd you take in the health world, classes wise? Bio, chem.
Yeah, biochem,
Anatomy?
biochem, anatomy, physiology,
Yeah.
all of that. But let's get to Clayton, and then we can.
2-1 freshman year.
Yep.
Didn't want to be an engineer. Can't transfer into business school. So I did the next best thing possible, which was to be a pretend engineer, as they call it at A&M, industrial distribution,
Yep.
which is essentially business in the engineering school. And I think I graduated
It's
with
a great
like
degree, though.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, we have a lot of friends that have done very well
yeah, absolutely.
with ID post-grad.
No, it's yeah.
What is it? 99% job placement.
Yeah, it's 100%. I think
100%.
it's 95% like multiple job offers or something
Yeah.
like that. So, but anyways, I think I finished with like a 3.08 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
So I was, not a good student freshman year, and then after that, I was probably an average student.
It'd be fun to look at the statistics on the back half of college versus the front half.
Oh yeah,
Like, just do a survey.
that'd be great to put on your resume. You know,
Right.
like you said, negative split in college.
Negative
If I were
split.
hiring somebody and that's how they projected their GPA to
Right,
me,
right.
Well,
Yeah.
funny enough, and this can be a good transition to my GPA. So my freshman year of college, similar to Clayton, I interned in general engineering.
Yep.
We built a lot of Lego stuff that we had to code. Do you
Oh,
remember
I
that?
remember that. I
We had
remember
them all-
that.
We had to sort marbles by color.
Yep.
We had to make a car that
was
would make it
terrible.
over a bridge or something
yeah,
like that.
it's engineering 111.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then other than that, we were taking just like general engineering courses,
Right.
which I took all of them in high school.
Right.
And so my freshman year of college, I built a lot of bad habits,
Yep.
and I never went to class.
Mm.
But I finished my freshman year with like a 3.9.
Yep.
Wow.
And I was thinking,
I'm the king of the world.
I have it figured out.
Right.
Like, I am the model academic in the world. People want to be me.
Yeah.
And so, of course, going to my sophomore year, I get into my preferred major in biomedical engineering.
Yep.
And OChem, easy. Never heard of her, just like whatever. And then I think I took physics 2 my sophomore year,
Yeah.
which is like magnetism and electric stuff. And just like, it was a lot harder classes, but of course I was like, easy.
Yeah.
And still never showed up to class because I thought
That's a problem.
I had it figured out.
All right, bring us home, Jose. Come on.
Finished with 1.8.
You finished with, what do you mean?
That semester.
that year.
My
Oh, that
fall
semester.
semester of my sophomore year.
Yeah.
Finished with a 1.8. So I got put on academic probation.
Let's go pro, baby.
And I was called into the
Yeah.
guidance counselor's office. And they said, hey, you know what? It's not over yet. Because a lot of employers, they might not love a lower GPA. But if you can get
They might not like a 1.8.
but if you can get in front of them like in an interview,
Right.
and they see
Yeah.
that, oh, something happened,
Yep.
and then you started working and they see your GPA slowly rising throughout
Yeah.
the rest of college, that's actually a really good thing for
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
companies because they
Yep.
see that you're a hard worker. Anyways, I think I finished college. Thankfully to that was just one semester.
Yeah.
And then because of my freshman year, I was able to pull it together.
Yeah.
But it was never as good because I missed so many crucial things that
Yeah.
I felt like I spent the next 3.5 years, because I did 5 years,
Yeah.
catching up. So I think I finished with like a 3.2, something like
Hey,
that.
I'm low, man.
Yeah.
Multiple ways here.
Now we're podcasters.
Yeah. Hey, I have a philosophy degree. This is exactly what I thought I'd be doing.
And I am not a doctor.
You know, after you flunked out, got kicked out,
Yep.
you chose to leave honorably.
Honorably
Honorably
discharged.
You know, and then you went home for that fall semester of your sophomore year.
Yep.
And I'll never forget this. And I hope your dad is listening to this
Yep.
right now. But your dad told me, he came up to me and he said, if you get John Michael to graduate in 4 years, I will personally pay for a 2-week trip to Rome for both of you.
He said that.
He did.
I remember we were
I
in the
shook his
kitchen
hand. I
at
was
my
in the
parents' house.
kitchen.
Yeah.
And I said, Mr. Lucido, you have my word.
Yep.
And we are 7 years
Yep.
post-college. And I still have not received
And we
that.
still have
So,
not gone to Rome.
Yeah.
Michael Lucido, make it happen.
Where are you?
Where
Make it
are you,
happen.
Mike?
Alpha Mike. So I mean, we all graduated, but I think there's a lot of guys listening who are either in college and they're looking at what happens after. We probably also have a lot of guys listening who are post-grad.
Yep.
And who are kind of in that in-between stage where
Yeah.
you're not set in life yet,
Yep.
but you're in that discovery phase of
Yeah.
like, all right, what does life look like post-grad? And the hardest part about college is like, I mean, you take all these great classes and I mean, college is incredible,
Yeah.
right? But then you get into the real world and you learn kind of the technical, practical skills to do the job,
Yeah.
but life hits. Like I'll never forget when I learned about taxes on my first paycheck.
Yeah.
I literally was like, Dad, where did all the money go?
Yeah.
My first paycheck was $1,000 and I got like, $720 or something in my bank account.
Yeah.
And that's when I learned about economics.
Yeah.
I
the real world.
had a subordinate who I was managing. She had been working for 4 years, and 4 years in, she called me and said, I just realized my paycheck's not all hitting my bank account. And I said, sweetheart,
Sweetheart.
that's called federal withholding. It's time to grow up. You're 26.
Aren't taxes so funny?
Why do you
It's
think
just
they're
like,
Taxation without representation.
no. Just the idea of like, there's an entity that's like, hey, every year, I want you to tell me how much you owe me.
Right.
I know how much you owe me, but I'm not going to tell you.
Mhm.
And if you guess wrong, you're going to jail.
funny? You guess wrong. Trying to manage TurboTax for the first time. I don't know what any of these
I
things
was so
mean.
scared the first time
4C,
using like
4B,
TurboTax.
yeah.
I was like, what if they get it wrong?
I thought W-2 was the thing you put on your squeaky doorknob. Like,
Yeah. Well, I just learned about a W-4 recently too.
that's what you put on your doorknob.
Yeah. W-440.
WD-40. Tune into our Fixing It episode coming out later to hear more about how we don't know anything.
Yeah. Well, you can adjust your W-4, and it adjusts your tax, the amount of taxes that get withheld
Right.
on your paycheck.
Well, I
It's
just
phenomenal.
switched a couple years ago from TurboTax to a private accountant.
Yeah.
So it just like, I have a son with special needs.
Yep.
We purchased a home. There were just a variety where taxes are helping us because when you have a child with special needs, a lot of times you get financial help from the government
Yep.
to pay for things. It's amazing. But our taxes are a little bit more complicated than just TurboTax.
Yeah.
And I just learned this year that when you get a tax return, that's actually not a good thing
I just found that out too.
because you basically you've taken a loan out from the government.
Yeah.
And you've lost money due to inflation. And so the best thing is actually you want a return to be nothing.
Yes.
You want to hit right the middle ground.
Yeah.
This is my first year I owed money.
Yeah.
I was like, this is horrible. I have to pay them $4,000. I've already paid them, however much over the year. And she said, that's actually good because they're now taking a loan out from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't get the
Interesting.
dopamine.
No, the dopamine hit was gone.
You know that my first year post grad, I think I got $1,500.
Oh,
Bonus
you're rich.
season,
tax return,
baby.
and I was like,
You're rich.
wow.
Yeah.
I was talking to my aunt, and I was like, she's talking about how she doesn't like doing her taxes, and I was
Yep.
like, I love doing my taxes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I get
it's like
paid.
Christmas morning.
Yeah.
Every time you like hit the
It's
next
free
page,
money.
you see the number going up,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, how much am I gonna get?
Oh,
And then-
when you start having kids too.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, you get paid by the government
To have kids.
to have a kid.
Mhm.
That's the whole reason I do it.
Yeah.
That $1,300 check.
This is why we play.
Yeah.
The child tax credit is by far the best part about being a parent.
Well, we missed out on the stimulus checks, which I mean, I think I had one kid during COVID, so it was like you get a $1,200
one.
check. I was
Yep.
like, man, if I could have had 6 or 7 by this time.
Those large Catholic families
was I gonna
are
buy?
raking it in. But these guys, you graduate college, you
Yep.
learn about taxes, you sign your first lease probably by yourself. You have
Yep.
to pay your
Yeah.
first security deposit. And I think a lot of guys struggle post grad.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
What do you think besides learning taxes? What's the hardest part about post grad life?
Personally, I think the hardest part is adjusting to structure, more structure than you had in college.
Right.
Yeah.
Because in college, you might have a class in the morning, then a 4-hour break,
Yeah.
and then 2 classes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm busy though, dude.
And then, but the next day,
I'm busy.
But you're always
I'm
busy.
swamped, man.
And you show off how busy you are.
Right.
Yeah. But then the next day, you have no classes. Right.
Right.
And the next day, Wednesday's my busy day.
Yeah.
I
I
got
got
class
3.
from like 8 to 5.
Right.
And it's
Not
just
even. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not even. But when you first graduate and then you're going to an office 5 times a week for
Yep.
9 to 5,
Right.
and then you get home and you're tired,
Yeah.
and I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'll just like eat
Right.
dinner and watch a movie or watch
Yeah.
TV or whatever.
Right.
I know my brother got really into Red Dead Redemption 2.
Post grad.
Postgrad, like his first year out of college. But it's like, and the cycle builds.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're not actually resting. You're not doing something that brings you life.
Yeah.
And then you're more tired the next morning.
Yeah.
Because you stayed up a little too late watching. It's just the season finale. I'll watch
Right.
this one.
Yeah.
And then you go to work again for such a long time compared to
Yeah.
what you did in college. And by
Yeah.
the weekend, you don't want to see anyone
Yeah,
or talk
right.
to anyone because you're exhausted.
I think you go, Clay.
I was just gonna say, I remember my freshman year of college. I came home,
Yeah.
and clearly I was working really hard in college. Didn't have a lot of time because I was studying so much.
yeah, you're hitting the
And
books.
my neighbor, he's like my he was in the house right behind ours. We shared the alleyway, you know. And he came over one time and he was asking me, have you played any golf since you've been at A&M? I was like, no, I don't have time to do that. And I'll never forget, he's an OBGYN and then very avid golfer as well, had 2 kids. He looked at me just like with a deadpan face. And he was like, if you don't have time to play golf now, you're never going to play golf again for the rest of your life. And that's when I realized, maybe I do have a little bit more time on my hands. I'm just not using it very well. But I think in addition to the, added, structure that you have, the 8 to 5 job, like you were saying, I think another one of the hard parts is that when you're at a university system, it's like a mini city,
Yeah.
you know, and you have shared space in like where you sleep.
You're
everyone's
like,
in a-
oh
you're
my
in a
gosh,
dorm.
my friend lives so far away.
Yeah.
I got to drive like 4 minutes
No,
to his
it's
house.
a 10-minute walk
Right.
across campus when you're living on the dorms.
Oh, yeah.
Then you got the shared space of Sabisa, the most elite dining center.
5-star,
Absolutely.
Michelin level.
Yeah, Michelin level. And then you've got the rec center, you've got intramurals, you have all of these like potential places for shared experiences and places to meet people in a social life.
Seeing your buddies.
And then the structure that you have post college is really hard. People get lonely; they don't know what to do with themselves.
Right. Yeah.
because they have the 8 to 5, and then they go home to their apartment.
Yeah.
And you just have to work a little bit harder
Yeah.
if you're going to have the same social life that you had in college.
Well,
Yeah, you have to be
you literally have to schedule out.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
could we eat Chipotle together for dinner? And that's what it
100%.
becomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think my brother, I'm the oldest of three. My youngest brother, he's a year out, graduated from University of Arkansas, Woo Pig, and he lived at home, and so there was another thing was like, you feel like you've gone backwards because you're a different person than you were when you were 18,
Yeah.
and now you're living with your parents,
Yeah.
and you're like an adult, but mom's still cooking grilled chicken every night,
Yeah.
and so you're struggling with like. I just talked to him and he was like, yeah, I don't know my relationship with mom and dad anymore because now we're peers, but I don't feel like a peer because I'm still having to clean the dishes after dinner.
Yeah.
So I think living situation post-grad is like critical.
For sure.
Like if you're going to put effort into one thing, it's like, hey, don't just find the cheapest apartment, but can you find a group of guys to get a house together?
Yeah.
Can you find 2 or 3 guys to share, a 2-bed apartment together?
Absolutely.
Yep.
To try to just get ahead of that loneliness.
Yep.
Because I think that's the thing guys struggle with the most post-grad is they've lived their entire life. Well, you talk about high school, you see your friends every day.
Yeah.
College, see your friends every day.
Yep.
Elementary school, see your friends every day. Post-grad, see them on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
You go watch the stars at a bar together.
Yep.
And that's lonely for guys.
No, absolutely.
Super lonely.
Well, it's just a big change of pace
Yeah.
that you have to adjust to. And I think that's another thing too, is like adjusting your expectations, I think, a little bit, to have that kind of like fast paced and you don't even really have to try to now I have to be intentional and
That's
also
the
it's just
word.
going to look a little bit different as well. So
I think for me, one of, if not my biggest struggle post-grad was realizing that I don't know what my hobbies are.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Did y'all go through that?
Well, my hobbies was hanging out with y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
That was what we did.
And it's like now we all live in different cities.
Yeah,
It's like, what do I like to do?
Right.
for sure.
And it's just like, what do I do with my time?
Right.
I don't know what I like to do.
Yeah.
I think it's that self-discovery that's
Yeah.
challenging.
Yeah.
You're actually, you don't fill your gaps with distraction of people.
Yeah.
You have to fill it with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what a lot of guys realize is they graduate and they're like, I don't really love who I see in the mirror.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is habits that you had in college that were kind of funny. Like, oh
They're
yeah,
not funny
he's
anymore.
the guy that drinks a lot. Ha ha ha. Now it's like
He's the guy that drinks.
there's
a
the
lot.
age-old joke, right? You're not an alcoholic till you graduate college.
Yeah.
And it's like it's funny, kind of, not really.
Yeah.
But then it hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's not socially acceptable to go to a company happy hour
Yeah.
and have a few too many anymore.
I mean, I had a roommate who is now in a religious order and a very holy man. But in college, I think he would eat Whataburger twice a day, every day.
Yeah.
Easily.
And that was funny.
It was endearing.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, there's old Wada boy.
Yeah. But then, like post-grad, that's problematic and concerning.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in the break room and you're eating a patty melt 3 days in a row. And Becky, the accountant, is like, hey,
Are you okay?
Are you
What's
okay?
wrong with
Do you have
you?
food at home?
Yeah.
Do you need any help?
That roommate of yours also had IBS.
Well, I wonder
And-
why.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
You
it
just thought
was
it was
just
normal.
funny because he was diagnosed with IBS, but he's like, nah. Like
They're like, what could
they
be
messed
causing that?
I
You
have
know?
no idea.
I have no idea.
Yeah, he'd go to bathroom maybe 6 times a day to go number 2, and he'd be like,
I couldn't point to
I
a singular
don't know
thing.
what it could be.
Maybe I'm stressed.
Yeah,
I got a lot going on in
maybe I
life.
should get a haircut.
That is Dude Wipes' ideal market right there. Dude Wipes loves college men who have irritable bowel syndrome.
What do you think are some hobbies that you see guys get into post college?
The biggest one, just because my brother's there right now,
Yeah.
is fitness.
Oh yeah, working out.
Working out, because in college, a lot of most guys fall off
Yeah.
because they're busy hanging out and
Yeah.
their lifestyle is not necessarily conducive to eating well, being
Functional
well.
health.
Yeah, I mean, geez. My diet used to be no breakfast, 2 Chick-fil-A sandwich meals for lunch,
Yeah.
6 Chick-fil-A sauces, which, you know how much those puppies are? About $1.20 calorie. So
per packet.
per packet.
Yeah.
I was putting down half of my daily caloric intake just in Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah.
But you leave, and I think guys, they start getting into exercise because, one, they don't feel great about themselves. They feel lazy. The other thing is just pragmatically, they're sitting all day.
Yep.
For sure.
Most of jobs right out of college, unless you're in a blue collar job, you're behind a computer screen all day.
Yeah.
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 And so you just feel gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your Lulu pants are starting to fit a little tighter.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're like, I got to get out and move a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you buy a standing desk and think that's going to solve your problems.
You can
Walking
see
treadmill.
like the outline of your underwear through your Lulu
Oh,
pants.
yeah. Right.
So now it's getting a little tight.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. I mean, I think what I would hope is, guys, the hard part too is like faith-wise. You know, on college campuses, campus ministry is like dedicated to finding events around the college student schedule.
Yeah.
It's like every Newman Center ever has like a 5:30 mass.
Yeah.
Or like Clayton was at
Yeah.
K-State, they had a 9 p.m.
9:09
9:09
p.m.
daily mass.
It's horrible. It used to be at like 10:15 p.m.
Oh gosh.
And then they moved it up when I got there.
Yeah.
Because it was 909 Anderson Avenue, I want to say was the address.
And that's what they did.
So it was like 909 at the 909.
It's good marketing.
But you know, I have some buddies I was just playing golf with in College Station, and I'd had a previous conversation with my wife about how we're seeing more and more of our friends get into birding.
Birding?
Birding.
Like bird watching?
Yeah, like bird watching, like identifying birds.
Yeah.
And all of our friends in
What?
we have 3
I
children.
have no friends that
It
bird.
starts
Listen- well,
out as
listen-
a free hobby.
Listen to this. So we have 3 children. We're 28, 29.
Right.
And a lot of our friends that are in the same stage of life as us, they have 3 children, 3-4 kids. They're all like 35, 34, 35, 36.
They got married at like 27, 28.
Yeah, exactly. And, Reagan was having a discussion with one of her mom friends, and she was talking about how she's really into birding. And so we got into this discussion of like, is that something that happens to you when you turn 30? And then I was on the golf course with some friends, and there were some birds chirping, and one of them took out their phone to like, because you can record the sound and it tells you what bird it is. And I was like, are you into birding? And the other 2 guys in the group were like, we're all into birding. And I was like, are you kidding me? And I was like, why do you like it? And he was like,
Is it like Pokemon? Like you want to catch them all?
Yeah, Pokemon Go. Yeah. And I was like, why are you into that? And he's like, you get to a certain point in your life, and he's like, I think I like birds because they're one of the only things that don't need anything from me. I was like, wow. So it's coming for us.
Okay.
Birding.
Watch out for that.
Am I the oldest one of the 3 of us?
Yeah.
Yeah. I turned 30 this year.
Yep.
Good luck.
I'll let you guys know.
30 Rock.
See, I know a little bit about birding. I would consider myself a bird watching expert.
Yeah.
I found a Reddit forum the other day.
I love
of
Reddit.
Best hobbies.
Uh-huh.
And birding was at the top of the list.
Really?
Yeah. Because, and it was saying you have to be careful. Because it starts out as like an innocent free hobby.
But birds aren't real.
Well, that's a different
Birds
discussion.
aren't real. Have you seen the Apple commercials?
Oh, the
They
camera
start
birds?
exploding in the
That's
sky.
exactly
Yeah.
what they
Those
are.
are a little weird.
Are they bird watching because they're worried about security risk? Did you dive into that with
Or
these guys?
are they worried about the birds watching them?
That's good. I'll have to ask more questions. I'm
But
not
anyways,
30 yet, so
it starts out as a free hobby, and pretty quickly it can turn into one of the most expensive hobbies out there.
because you're paying for
Traveling?
the app.
Well,
or what are you doing?
there's you can get like more intense into it. You start taking pictures of them, but your iPhone only has so many megapixels, so you start getting into like nicer cameras and nicer equipment to
Start
like
going on
find
trips.
you start going on trips to go to different parts of the world with different birds. And it just becomes this like extravagant hobby that people get into.
Y'all's wives think golfing is bad in
Yeah.
terms of hit to the bank account. Just
Yeah.
wait for birding.
Just wait for birding. So I thought that was funny.
What do guys do, like faith-wise, post-grad? Like if you got a 23-year-old dude, right?
Yeah.
He's he came to faith in college.
Yeah.
It was important to him,
Yeah.
and now he's post-grad and he's trying to hash it out.
Yeah.
But he goes to the local parish, and all he sees is a nursing home in there.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone my age.
Yep.
And if I do see someone my age, I may not, they may not be the type of guy that I really want to hang out with.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What this is like, I hear this so frequently,
All the time.
all the time.
Yep.
And young adult groups, like
Yeah.
there's only one per city.
Mm-hmm.
And what if it doesn't match with your schedule?
Yeah.
If there's a guy listening who's in that boat,
Yep.
what are you telling him?
What advice would you give him, Clayton?
Well, I was thinking of something a little bit different, John Michael, and just that when we were in college, we were going through our conversions,
Right.
and it became important to us to have a daily prayer life.
Yep.
And I didn't think about when I was going to pray until I was like, Maybe I should head over to the
It's 2
chapel.
p.m. It's 9
I'll
p.m.
roll over to the chapel, you know, spend some time there in prayer. And then you graduate and less of your time is your own, you know, and that becomes a whole other thing where it's like, okay, now if this is something that if this is really important to me, it's not just something that I'm going to make a part of my day randomly when it crosses my mind, but now it has to be something that I've prioritized and I've planned for.
Yep.
You know, and so that has to be early in the morning before you go to work. That has to be on your lunch break. That has to be, you know,
Coming
after
back
work,
home,
you know,
yeah.
hit, you know, 5:30 p.m. mass, or just stop by the chapel for a little bit. And I think that's something, you know, that's really difficult as well. But I think you're right. You know, we've all had that experience of showing up to mass and, you know, the old lady comes up to you afterwards and she's like, the Holy Spirit told me you're supposed to be a priest. And you know, the only condition was that you're under the age of 35. You know, you're a young person that's showing up at mass.
You know what's one of my favorite things? Just a quick interruption is I think this happened especially for both of y'all's bachelor parties.
Yeah.
Because they were recently post-grad.
Yeah.
Is, you know, on Sunday before we leave, we go to
Oh,
a
that
local
was
church
so
in the middle
funny.
of nowhere and go to mass. And all the old ladies think we're like a seminary.
Oh, it was
that's like
so
come
funny.
to check
No,
it out.
yeah, yes.
And then they ask like, "Oh, are you guys all priests?
Right.
Or are you guys going to be priests?" And we're all like, "Absolutely not."
We're here for a bachelor
And then
party.
you say bachelor party,
We're-
and then it just flips to the other direction.
Like,
Like, oh, I
oh,
hope you
good-
didn't have too much fun.
Good
Yeah.
thing y'all came to mass today.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, we watch football and golf
I think
twice.
the funniest
you know?
part of that actually though was I can't remember if it was my bachelor party or yours, John Michael, but we showed up to mass, 15 guys. You know, we just got back from the casino about 6 hours prior. And you know, half the guys in the group aren't even Catholic, so they just
Right.
think it's funny that they're at mass in the first
Yeah.
place. And you know, if you're going to daily mass in a random town in Oklahoma, odds are the people that are in the pews are the same people that are in the pews yesterday, today, and forever.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's the same old people. That's their social life is going to mass. And so then there's these 15 recent post-grad
Yeah.
guys, and the priest is like, if you're a visitor, will you please stand up?
Yep.
You know, and then it's just,
It's
you look around,
clearly
there's
just us.
there's 6 other old people there, and then we stand up, you know, and start waving to the camera.
They're like smiling
We're
at us.
celebrities.
How you doing? I think the other hard part is like when you graduate, all your friends go other places,
Yeah.
like locationally. I'm not just talking
Yeah.
about in the city,
Yeah.
but like let's say you graduate from Clemson.
Yeah.
You got some buddies moving to Charlotte, some guys
Yeah.
moving to Jacksonville, some guys moving to Atlanta,
Yeah.
some guys
Greenville,
moving up to
yeah.
Greenville,
Charleston.
Charleston. And so you not only have to make time in your city, but these are the people who know you. And so now you have to schedule in time to connect.
Yep.
And I think what happens for a lot of people is you quickly find out who are the people going to be that you're going to stay in touch with.
Yeah.
And it can't be that many.
Yeah. I
Like-
mean, yeah, your group shrinks so quickly.
You may have 2 or 3 guys
Yeah.
that you could actually keep up with
Yeah.
regularly.
Yeah.
And even that takes a significant amount of effort. Now you're trying to schedule a phone call
Yep.
and matching schedules, and now you're in different time zones. But I think for guys, like, you know, don't just try to find friends in your new city, but also make time to connect with the people that do know you,
Absolutely.
whether that's 2 or 3.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, where do you find that community? Right? You just moved to a new city.
Right.
Most of your college friends are in a different city,
Right.
in multiple different cities. You're like, well, you know, whether you start getting to your faith in college, or maybe you haven't yet, but
Right.
Yeah.
you know, you're like, well, maybe I'll check it out now that you know I'm outside of college.
I got more time or,
and like
or
you said,
less
you
distraction.
go and it's like everyone is at
Yeah.
least 40 years older than you.
Yeah.
Right.
Where can you even
You know,
start?
This is again, this has been a conversation for my wife and I, because we just moved to Texas in a new place, and this is our 3rd move now.
Yeah.
Since we've been married, we moved to Oklahoma together.
Yeah.
We moved to Colorado together, and now we moved back to Texas together.
Yeah.
And we were reflecting on our experiences in those first 2 moves and how hard the first year was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first year is really hard. You're moving to a new place, you don't really know anybody, and you start to kind of have a freak out. I don't like this. You know, that happened in Oklahoma and also happened in Colorado. Even though I had friends here already when we moved here, but it was just it was a life transition. And I think that, you know, when you're coming from college, things happen really quickly.
Yep.
You know, you make friends instantly on the intramural team or in your fraternity or your sorority. And it's just not like that post grad. And I'm someone that is probably too critical of himself sometimes and too impatient.
Yeah, I relate to that.
Wanting to see results really quickly,
Yep.
and things are just going to take time. And so the rule that Reagan and I have kind of come up with is we're never going to make a judgment on a place or our situation or the people that we're surrounded with until we're at least a year in.
Yeah.
After a year to be able to assess, okay,
I think that's a great
what
rule.
progress have we made? What steps have we taken in relationships? Have we actually done the things that we've needed to do in order to, start to establish those friendships?
Yep.
But I think that's a really, important thing.
That's a great practical tip.
Because if you're just, going home and not doing anything,
right,
you're not going to make friends.
Right.
And so you have to be open to getting outside of your routine a little bit. New experiences, going to new places, putting yourself out there versus just kind of getting stuck in the monotony of everyday life. When you have children, that's a big sacrifice.
Yeah.
That's a big sacrifice to make you got to get a babysitter or, you got to get all the kids in the car and you got to go somewhere. That's at the end of the day, you just might really not be in the mood for that.
Yeah.
I'd rather just kick back, relax on the couch, or maybe grill out just with my family. But you have to be willing to make the sacrifices to go to where the people are.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Yeah. And I mean, to that of making that sacrifice to go somewhere and just putting yourself out there, where are places that people can look? I think an easy one is to a gym.
Yep.
Right. Just do some research on gyms around you.
Yeah.
And there's usually one where a lot of younger people gravitate to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe, especially if it has a basketball court, I think that could be an easy way to start making friends.
Basketball's the best way.
Yeah. But there's also, I think at least the larger cities have some sort of intramural leagues.
Yep.
Chicken and pickle.
Chicken and pickle.
You ever been to Chicken and Pickle?
No.
Oh, it's an amazing idea.
Is it just like a pickleball?
Pickleball
Yeah.
with chicken.
Fried chicken.
There's one
pickleball
that's just
course.
open by our house that's just a pickleball bar.
That's
Pickleball bar.
great.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I don't know.
The amount
Pickleball
of bars now that are switching to a shared activity and drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I went to Pop and Stroke recently.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
You guys been
Amazing.
there?
Yeah,
It's
there's
the
one on
Tiger
College
Woods.
Station. Yeah.
I think it's Tiger Woods backed, right? He was one of the investors.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Really?
But now all these bars are like transitioning to shared activity and drinking.
Yeah.
Pickleball and drinking, darts and drinking.
Yeah.
It's
Court
funny.
to table is what it's called.
Court to table.
Yeah. I think it's a fun
That's
name.
Like
funny.
farm to table.
Yeah,
Court to table.
But it's like I think those are two places to
Yeah.
go, right? I mean, I think different strokes for different folks, but I have some friends that grew up being into theater,
Right.
Mhm.
So it's like, dude, just go get involved in the local theater,
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that looks like. It might be weird, but just
Right.
show up.
Yeah.
And like you said, you just got to be okay with it being weird
Yes.
and taking
Yeah.
a while to make friends. I think is another thing you got to be okay with, right?
I think the other thing too is, if you're looking for friends that maybe share similar values
Yep.
and share your faith
Yep.
with you as well, that might be hard if you're just showing up to your local chicken and pickle.
Yeah.
What are the odds that I'm going to
Hey,
find?
where the Catholics at?
Yeah.
But I think another thing is you have to be willing to engage with people post Sunday Mass.
Yeah.
I know the feeling of like my kids are acting up in Mass, and it's just like you just want to pack them up and get out of there so you can
Right.
give them lunch and put them down to bed.
Yep.
But I try to stay focused after communion. Say my prayers after communion and Thanksgiving. But also I have a habit of just looking at everybody in the communion line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're all walking by. I'm like,
That's like my favorite part of Mass.
I wonder who.
Wow,
that's
what
a
people are
new.
wearing.
That's a new
Their
face.
tongue is really hairy.
Yeah.
I might want to have
nice
that checked
throwback
out.
polo.
Have that checked out.
But,
Look at that form.
Being willing. I mean, there's been a couple times, where, we have to get everything packed up after Mass, but maybe I just tell Reagan, like, hey, can you take care of this real quick? And I pop to the back of the church real quick just to say hi to somebody.
Oh,
you know?
it's
See, it's
critical.
funny you say that because I have the opposite experience.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just a South Louisiana thing about Baton Rouge. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But every church my wife and I have been to in Baton Rouge,
Yeah.
we are the only ones left by the time the priest gets to the back.
yeah.
Everyone's gone.
Yep.
There's no way
Interesting.
to meet people afterwards.
Yeah.
The mass exodus.
Yeah. It's just so quick.
Well, this is a
Have
whole
you tried
other-
locking the doors?
None of y'all can leave until one of you shakes my hand.
to me.
When we were here in Colorado, there was a great just like culture of after Mass. There's
Yeah.
always donuts, and there's a big, narthex, community gathering space where it was just like easy for people to stop and talk. And we don't have that. Now it's outside.
Yeah.
And it's, June.
110 degrees.
Yeah, it's summer.
Yeah.
In College Station, it's really hot and humid. It's like you don't really want to.
Okay, could I tell a story about this?
Yeah.
So we used to go to a parish in Denver that had the donuts. I think it was probably the same one. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then we kind of felt convicted to go to the parish right next to our house, which was good, but didn't have that same culture.
Yeah.
And so I decided that I was going to bring donuts for everyone.
Did you bring him in?
How many did you bring?
Mass?
I brought like 3 dozen.
You just had him like right next to you in the
No, I had them in the car. And then after
Oh,
communion, I went and ran and got them. I was a hit. But the funniest part is I was just walking around with an open thing of donuts and like, do you want a donut? And they're like, what's wrong with you?
Who are you? Yeah.
But it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was a great way to meet people.
Yeah.
And I ended up meeting this family from the donuts, and we start talking. We see him next Sunday, talk again. Next Sunday, talk again. Me and the guy connected on a variety of interests. He likes fitness, and we start talking, and I invited him to my Bible study. And so he came, and he's like, dude, we've been going to that parish for 2 years. You're the first family that we ever talked to.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I had been going every single Sunday. So if you're out there and you're like, hey, I want to meet people, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
Everyone else in the pews is thinking the exact same thing that you are.
Yes.
But they just may not have this podcast telling them to do it.
Yeah.
But they may not have the impetus to go do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the initiation piece that you talked about,
For sure.
that's just
It's
critical.
huge. And being okay with getting creative, right?
Mhm.
Like, I would say I'm a pretty serious tennis player. I played for...
I didn't know this about you.
Yeah.
I've never heard you talk about tennis in
I
8
played
years.
tennis for a total of 3 months when I was 6 years old.
Serious player.
That's very serious.
Yeah.
Competed in practice
Yep.
against my brother. But about a couple months ago, my wife came up to me and said, like, hey, at the local Y,
Yep.
they're doing beginner tennis classes
Did you join?
for young adults.
But you're like, you can't because I'm advanced.
And I was like, you got to do that by yourself, honey. Like, find me the advanced. Let me know when you get to advanced, and then, we can
And
go
then I'll
together.
join.
No, but all joking aside, we signed up for that, and that was
Yeah.
great. We met so many people.
Really?
It was all young adults.
Yeah.
Only young adults.
Well, it's because they all want friends.
Ages
Yeah.
23 to 30.
Yeah.
And there was about 50 people there.
Right.
And it was like over the course of 7 weeks, we would just play tennis on Wednesdays. And everyone there, including myself, if not mostly myself, was awful.
Right.
But it was just so fun because we're all bad together.
Yeah.
And we're all laughing because we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we start double scrimmages. And we're like, what are we doing? Double matches, I guess. We're like, we don't know what we're doing. Like, I don't even know how to keep score.
It's 15 to 17.
But it was like that. And my wife gets creative like that on like different activities that we can do together. But
Yeah.
I'm like, that was so fun. And
Yeah,
you got
it's
to meet so many great people,
Yeah.
that are local.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. For guys who are listening, this is I just to wrap us up and put
Yeah.
a bow on it. Intentionality,
Yep.
invitation,
Yep.
Initiation.
And
Any other
pickleball.
I words?
Pickleball.
And find your local pickle and chicken.
Chicken and pickle.
Chicken and pickle.
Court table.
Subscribe. Like. We're coming back to you.